Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Joe from GadgetryTech.com, and today is a big day because we finally get to talk about the Stealth 600 Gen 2 performance. We can actually talk about the audio and all that stuff. I had to wait because I only had an Xbox version, which was under embargo. However, now that I was able to test a PlayStation version, which is available to purchase and use, I can finally give you an opinion on performance. So, with that being said, the Stealth 600 Gen 2 is still $100 like the outgoing Stealth 600. Very similar feature set, 15-hour battery life is the same. They did improve the build quality of this to make it a little bit more robust as far as the headband and the hinge mechanism for attaching the ear cup, so it's more durable. Another welcome feature is they went with USB-C instead of micro USB, and the microphone is greatly improved because you have the flip to mute, and it also pivots in and out. So we're gonna show you the microphone test first, because a lot of you watched my first video and that's been a common question: how good is the microphone? Then we'll talk about audio and everything else. So with that being said, I'm going to put the headset on now, and we're going to record this for a moment with the boom sticking out, and then I'll push it in so you can see the difference, and you'll find that it's actually not quite as great as you'd expect. Okay, so now I'm talking to you with the boom out, and we are speaking through the Turtle Beach Stealth 600 headset. We are talking wirelessly, and I want to point out that there's a misconception with wireless, and that you have to have, studio quality sound on a wireless mic. It's possible, but not with low latency. So if you want high quality sound and low latency, it's just not going to happen, at least not well. Something has to give. So anyway, this is the microphone test with the boom out. I'm going to push it in, and now we're going to talk some more. And one thing I noticed when I did this is that it has a little bit more richness. There's more tone or warm tone to the sound. Kind of picks up the bass a little bit better when it's closer to your mouth. However, I did find that even if you yell, it doesn't clip. So Turtle Beach really did a great job with picking up the nuances in your voice. It picks up subtleties in your voice well, but if you scream, it doesn't clip out. And that's a pretty miraculous feat. Even with it pivoted in, if I yell, it still doesn't distort. So again, I think this is a pretty amazing mic. They improved the quality from last year. They didn't just change the mechanism. The microphone's actually improved. And one thing else I want to show you guys, if I flip it up, you don't have to flip it up all the way to mute. So again, it's very quick and easy and convenient to use. There is one thing I noticed, and I want to point this out because of the construction of the headset. When you go to a mesh headset or a fabric headset, it's nice because it's comfortable, it breathes well, it keeps the price down and everything. There is a little bit of leakage, meaning the noise isolation from your outside environment isn't as good as something that has a leatherette material. So for $100, this is common. I'm not trying to fault it. I'm just pointing out the characteristics of a mesh ear cup. You can hear what's around you in a noisy environment if these are not turned up loud, so they're not going to isolate the game chat or the game volume well from outside volumes. You can obviously turn up the volume. There are two knobs here on the side, and I'll tell you about how that works in a moment. And conversely, the only other thing that I want to point out, because I've noticed this with some gaming headsets, if you're on full blast, headsets' microphones tend to be so sensitive they can actually recycle the game chat or the game volume that you're hearing. So if I'm shooting a gun in Call of Duty and it's firing off really loud in my ear cup, the microphone can actually pick that up, and then your party chat will hear it. I tested this on the Stealth 600 and I had it full blast, and it's extremely minor, to a point where if your friends are with you in game, they will never hear your headset over their own audio feed. It's very subtle, but it does work. So considering that this is a mesh ear cup and these go as loud as they do, the fact that they don't pick up too much feedback on the ear cup is excellent. Naturally, when you take this off of your ear, do your friends a favor and mute yourself, because if this is full blast and it's sitting like this, your ears aren't there to stop the sound from leaking out, and the microphone will pick it up. I haven't really discussed this in the past, but when you get into loud headphones like these that are fabric, I have seen some out there that recycle that noise back in, and it can get very annoying. So again, the Turtle Beach Stealth 600 Gen 2s, from an engineering perspective, is excellent because they got a really good mic that has good sensitivity, somehow doesn't clip, somehow doesn't pick up the game volume that much at all, which is excellent, and it's very comfortable. So let's talk about a couple other things. So on the Stealth 600 Gen 2 for PlayStation, you do not have independent game chat to game volume mix. So your party chat and your game volume is all controlled by one knob. To adjust the mix, you have to do it through the PlayStation dashboard by going to your audio output settings and then adjusting your volume independently. You have to check off the box to output your audio to both, or game audio and chat to your headset, so you can hear both sources through here because it's a single source transmitter. So the other volume knob is your mic monitoring. So if you want to hear yourself speak on the PlayStation model, this volume knob changes how loud your mic monitoring is and how much you can hear yourself. On the Xbox version, because there's no transmitter, I'm not talking about performance for Xbox, this is just the Stealth 600 Gen 2 as a whole. On Xbox, you don't have that issue because this pairs directly to Xbox without a transmitter. The volume knob here is your chat mix. You actually have a volume for chat and a volume for game audio. So it's a bit easier to dial in on the Xbox version. It's just the way the connection works. Now, if you're looking on using the Stealth 600 Gen 2 for PC, buy the PlayStation version because it's more affordable. And what I mean by that is they both sell for $100, but the USB transmitter that comes with the PlayStation version also works on PC. It also works for Nintendo Switch. So if you are looking for a wireless headset that works on the Switch, PC, and PlayStation, you're trying to keep the cost down, Stealth 600 Gen 2 is a great headset for that. Another nice detail I noticed with these is they have little notches, so where you expand and pull back on the headband, you can actually see little lines with numbers on them. Makes it very easy to dial in and get the proper fitment. Sound quality wise, so this is interesting, and this kind of falls in line with kind of how the Recon 70s are tuned, because I reviewed those recently. These aren't like a bass heavy muddy speaker. If you want heavy bass for $100, the Plantronics Rig 800 LXs, I believe, those have a bit more bass. However, those have a bit more technical issues, but these excel in game performance. And what I mean by that is just because you have more bass doesn't mean it's a better headset. You want to hear footsteps, you want to hear your enemies, you want to find things on the game. So if there's a loot crate somewhere, you want to hear it. The Turtle Beaches, this is where they excel. They tune their drivers to still have adequate bass, still have adequate highs without being too harsh or hurting your ears, but they excel in the mid-range and not a flat mid-range either. They've really dialed it in well to hear footsteps and things like that. Now, there are 4 different audio presets. This is not customizable from a preset perspective. However, you can change it from your signature sound, bass boost, bass and treble boost, and vocal boost. Now, I got ahead of myself. So the power button, which by the way, the mode to switch your EQ is the one that sticks out, and it actually says mode, so that's convenient. The power button is recessed, so that way you don't accidentally press that one instead. However, if you do a quick press on mode, you enable super hearing. Super hearing kind of makes the headset sound almost like an old radio, like I don't want to say a tin can, but it drastically cuts back the dynamics of the headset. Completely killing your bass, completely killing your high treble, like I'm talking 10,000 hertz and up, but it boosts the footsteps even more. So if you're only focused on hearing footsteps and the game isn't too dynamic, you can try that mode out. I honestly found that the signature sound and the vocal boost kind of give you the best balance of getting game dynamics that makes it fun to play, while also giving you the fidelity and clarity of hearing footsteps. So take that for what you will. I think depending on the game that you're playing and what your volume mix is, you may find one option better than the other. But anyway, with that being said, so this is rated for 15 hours. I actually got closer to 20 hours with this. It just depends on how loud you play it. So performance on the battery is excellent. I think it just depends on, again, your volume level and how often you're charging it and cycling it and all that stuff. Overall, guys, I mean, for $100, it really is kind of, it was the #1 selling headset, by the way, on the Gen 1. I can see why. I used the Stealth 700 Gen 1s for a bit in the past, and they were excellent as well. So this took everything the 600 was good at, and they made it better. It's more durable, you have a better microphone, it's extremely comfortable, USB-C, PlayStation 5 ready, just like the Gen 1s are. Sony just recently confirmed that the Gen 1, prior headsets that work with PlayStation 4 will also work with PlayStation 5, which is awesome. So anyway, guys, with that being said, you can get this in white or black for PlayStation, white or black for Xbox. On the PlayStation model, it's blue. On the Xbox model, it's green, where you see the blue accents, and then both of the white versions look the same. However, on the PlayStation 1, it comes with the little transmitter, which is labeled because they use the same micro transmitter it looks the same as the Elite Atlas Aero, which is to my left. Speaking of wireless performance, guys, one of the big complaints when the first Stealth 600 Gen 1s came out was wireless performance and range, you know, occasional dropouts, poor range, etc. I got a new king in town for my wireless headsets, and I honestly didn't expect it. The PlayStation transmitter, I can't speak for the Xbox one because it's not, one, I can't share everything about Xbox, but that uses the built-in transmitter on Xbox, so it's not the same. The transmitter on the PlayStation one, I can go clear across my house. I'm talking down a hallway through several walls and be 50 feet away, and I actually still get audio. That's remarkable. The only other headset that's ever given me the same range, and so, this one actually clips out less, was my Astro A50 Gen 4s, which have had the best wireless performance of any headset I've had until I tested these. So the fact that this with a nano adapter is getting the same range as this giant base station, which I've taken apart on the Astro A50, has this huge antenna array, this keeps up with that and they clip out around the same distance. That's incredible. So to alleviate your concerns, wireless performance is excellent. Microphone performance is excellent. The only two things I can fault this for is the lack of game to chat mix, because I don't want to hide that from you. It does come with a very robust USB-C cable. However, if you are looking, it's not the longest USB-C cable, so charging it and using it is pretty much impossible for what's in the box. I wish it was a little longer, but at least it's a very high quality cable. With the battery life lasting as long as it does, I'm not too concerned about it. But anyway, guys, for $100, I haven't found a headset that's matched this as far as features, sound quality, the mic quality, comfort, battery life, and wireless performance is phenomenal. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to nitpick. The only thing I can say is, depending on when you purchase this, make sure you do a firmware update. They are obviously, when a new headset launches, there'll be some tweaks and bugs. This is normal. So check with the Turtle Beach software to see the Audio Hub software to see if there's an update. Just plug the USB-C cable from here into your computer, because this firmware operates separately from the transmitter. You can't flash it wirelessly. So anyway, guys, yeah, for $100, if you're looking for a pretty kick-ass headset and you want to be competitive, again, just like the Recon 70s at $30 to $40, these excel where it matters. If you're looking for a value-oriented wireless headset that still gives you incredible performance for gaming, this is cream of the crop. And I really think the 600 is going to be the #1 selling wireless headset again, because it balances so much performance and price so well. The microphone was shocking how good it was. So again, considering it's wireless. So anyway, guys, that was a full info dump on everything I've experienced with these. If you guys have questions, shoot me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for watching the other video where we were teasing you about how good this is as a preview. If you want to see more, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. We are going to be reviewing the Stealth 700 Gen 2s along with a few other headsets I have tucked away. So that's, of course, in addition to everything else we got. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.